Hey, it's Mike. I just wanted to do another short video on my Hashimoto's, I don't know, what do you call it, journey, I guess. Yeah, Hashimoto's journey. Let's call it that. So, 2 years now, for those of you who have maybe just seen this video, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis 2 years ago, and going through the really acute part of this now. It's lasting way too long. My TPO antibodies are still a little bit high, having a hard time getting them down. I got them down a little bit, and then they're kind of stuck. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of journaling like now through this video of like what I'm doing now to get through this process. I see so many successful stories out there of people say, yeah, this is what I've done, and now I'm back to a functioning member of society. And I'm kind of like in that midst of that now, and I want to get back to that fully functioning, back to working with the babies like I enjoy, and also beekeeping now like I enjoy my little urban farming. So I kind of want the best of both worlds there. So I'm just videoing this and kind of telling you what I've done through the process. So to keep these videos short, I want to overview diet, and a diet is going to take a couple videos until I talk about each one of these diet things that I've done. But I want to talk about the overview of what I've done. Number one, 2 years ago, I cut out gluten. Now, gluten itself, for the medical community, will say it's rubbish to cut out gluten, but again, I only rely on the medical community maybe 10%, and then 90% I rely on functional medicine. So the thing about gluten right now, though, is gluten in America, one of the theories that are out there right now is it's not necessarily gluten allergy, it might be gluten sensitivity, but what they're saying is, we use a lot of Roundup and chemicals when we spray all of our agriculture here in America. You don't see this as much in Europe because they have banned things like Roundup, but you do see it here in America. So that might not be the gluten itself, it might be what we spray on gluten, unless it's a true celiac disease. But I found that the gluten, and from functional medicine standpoint, they say the gluten molecule itself is similar to the antibody that attacks your body. So that's why you cut out the gluten, and a lot of people have a lot of success cutting out the gluten. And I'll have to say it was part of my success too. It was part of my success of cutting out the gluten, but that was part of it to lose a lot of weight. When you think about the gluten, I ate a lot of breads before. A lot of that processed, like flours and processed sugars and stuff that I have cut out, which gluten was a lot of that because of the breads. So I did cut out the gluten, and I will remain gluten-free forever. The second thing I did was sugar-free. I did sugar-free for 2 months, strict sugar-free. The only sugar I would get is whatever I got in fruit or vegetables in my diet, and then even that I would maintain like a low sugar fruit, like a green apple, green pear. That has a lot to do with autoimmune disease and the gut issues that you have, like leaky gut issues, which again is going to be another whole video. Remember, by cutting down the sugar, you only you starve out the Candida, you don't kill the Candida that might be in your stomach. You need a good oil of oregano process to do that. And again, I'd refer you to your functional medicine provider to say when's the best time to have oil of oregano. I still do oil of oregano now, maybe about a couple weeks out of the time, and then I take a break from it, just because I'm sure I still have a little bit of Candida. I've since introduced honey and maple syrup into my diet, and then I use an organic sugar for the water kefir that I brew to drink as a probiotic. That's the only sugar I do now. The other thing is I added a ton of vegetables. I did try to go vegan there for about 3 months, but it just screwed my system up a little bit too much. So I'm back to meats. I do use meats as a small portion of my meal, but the majority of my meal are as much organic vegetables as you can get. Again, it has to go back to the pesticides that we use in farming practices here. Use your local farms and ask them, do you spray? What do you do? So, as much organic fruits and vegetables as you can. So I think that is the basis that I do for my diet right now. The vegetables, think of the rainbow. Try to get as many colors in the vegetables during the day as you can. And be creative about it. And that's one of the best things, is to try to get all those colors in from the vegetables every day. I try to get I do try to get like 6 cups of lettuce and leafy greens, which is the next best thing to possible for me. I don't do it, but that's the best thing that I'm striving for right now. Caffeine, cut out. See, I have a hard time with coffee right now, I admit it. I'm trying to cut coffee back out. I was like coffee free for a year, and then I craved it. So then I ended up putting back on coffee a little bit, because I'm trying to wean myself off of that. Definitely know that those poisonous sodas, get rid of soda. Get rid of all that. It's so acidic, and you need to shoot for an alkaline base for your body. That's the overview. So I'm going to go into each one of those a little bit more detail and like what I've specifically done in future episodes. Thank you very much. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let a little comment and say, you know, Mike, this is what I would like you to talk about in your process. And again, this is only my process. Everybody's a little bit different, but let me know what you want me to talk about, and I can maybe help you with like what I've done with that process. Okay, thanks, folks.